Betty White was more than America's sweetheart. She was a woman of resilience and quiet strength. She defied Hollywood norms, challenged racial barriers, and faced personal tragedies with grace. But a pivotal chapter in her life remained largely untold, until now. In this video, we're going beyond the Golden Girls and uncovering the difficult truths that made Betty the icon we know and love. Difficult childhood. In the heart of Oak Park, Illinois, a little girl named Betty Marion White entered the world on January 17, 1922. Despite what some might think, Betty wasn't a nickname. It was her real legal name. She was the only child of her parents, Christine and Horace White. Her dad worked for a lighting company, and her family had a mix of backgrounds: Greek, Danish, English, and even some Welsh. When Betty was just a year old, her family packed up and moved to sunny California, first to Alhambra and then to Los Angeles. This was during the Great Depression, so times were tough. Betty's dad, a resourceful man, built crystal radios and traded them for other stuff to help make ends meet. Sometimes he even traded radios for dogs. Growing up in Beverly Hills, Betty went to Horace Mann Elementary School and Beverly Hills High School. She loved spending time outdoors and dreamed of becoming a forest ranger. But back then, women weren't allowed to do that job. Instead, Betty discovered a love for performing. She wrote and starred in a play for her high school graduation and realized she was pretty good at it. Inspired by famous singers Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy, she set her sights on becoming an actress. It was the start of a journey that would lead her to become a beloved icon in the entertainment industry. Just a month where she could chat with guests and show off her singing and comedic, proving that she could always find a way to bounce back. While Date with the Angels wasn't a great experience overall, it did bring something special into Betty's life: a friendship with Lucille Ball, the iconic star of I Love Lucy. Both shows were filmed at the same studio, so Betty and Lucille would often run into each other. They hit it off right away, bonding over their shared experience as women making it big in the male-dominated world of television. They became close friends, supporting each other through thick and thin. They talked about everything from divorces and health problems to losing loved ones. They even had a playful rivalry on game shows, often competing against each other. But their friendship was about more than just fun and games. They both understood the challenges of being successful women in a tough industry, and they leaned on each other for advice and encouragement. This friendship would last for years, proving that sometimes even a not-so-great show can lead to something truly wonderful. In July 1959, Betty added another feather to her cap, her professional stage debut. She starred in a play called Third Best Sport in Pennsylvania. This was a new challenge for Betty, showing her versatility as a performer and her willingness to try new things. By the 1960s, Betty White was a familiar face on television. She was a regular guest on popular game shows and talk shows, including The Tonight Show, with both Jack Paar and later Johnny Carson. She was especially fond of the game show Password, where she appeared as a celebrity guest many times between 1961 and 1975. It was on the set of Password that she met Alan Ludden, the show's host. She continued to appear on various versions of Password, including Password Plus, Super Password being man-hungry. It was a fun role for Betty, but she also thought the character was a fan favorite, winning the top spot on the Super Bowl ad meter. Betty's career was on fire, showing that she was still a force to be reckoned with even as she entered her 80s. After that Super Bowl commercial, Betty's career went into overdrive. A bunch of fans started a campaign on Facebook to get her to host Saturday Night Live. It caught on like wildfire, and NBC actually listened. In May 2010, at the age of 88, Betty became the oldest person to ever host SNL. She opened the show with a hilarious monologue, thanking Facebook but also joking that it sounded like a waste of time. Everyone loved her performance, and she even won another Emmy Award for it. But Betty wasn't done yet. That same year, she landed a starring role on a new sitcom called Hot in Cleveland. She played Elka Ostrovsky, the caretaker of a house shared by 3 women who moved from Los Angeles to Cleveland. Betty was originally only supposed to be in the first episode, but she was so funny and charming that they asked her to stay for the entire series. The show was a huge success, and it ran for 6 seasons. Betty was nominated for another Emmy for her role, showing that she was still at the top of her game even in her 80s. It seemed like everyone loved Betty White, and she was having a major career resurgence. Betty's success didn't stop there. In 2011, she starred in The Lost Valentine, a heartwarming movie on the Hallmark Channel. It was a big hit, getting the highest ratings for a Hallmark movie in 4 years, and even winning the primetime slot on the night it aired. Betty also kept things fun and fresh by hosting and producing a show called Betty White's Off Their Rockers from 2012 to 2014. This show was all about seniors pranking younger people, and it earned Betty 3 more Emmy nominations. But Betty's talents weren't limited to the screen. She also had a 2011 calendar featuring photos of her throughout her career and with her beloved animals. Coma. Sadly, just 2 months shy of their 18th wedding anniversary, he passed away, leaving Betty heartbroken. Even though Alan was gone, Betty never forgot her love for him. She never remarried, often joking that her first 2 marriages were just rehearsals for the real thing. She would say, "If you've had the best, who needs the rest?" Betty and Alan didn't have children together, but Betty never regretted that decision. She was focused on her career and felt she couldn't give both motherhood and her work the attention they deserved. But even years after Alan's death, Betty still kept a photo of him by her bed. Every morning she would blow him a kiss, and every night she would blow another one up to the sky. Their love was so strong that she felt like they were still on their honeymoon, even though they had been married for 18 years. Betty dated other people after Alan passed away, but she never found anyone who could compare. When she passed away in 2021, her close friend and agent said that her love for Alan never faded. She wasn't afraid of dying because she believed she would be reunited with him. In fact, her last word was reportedly, "Alan," a touching reminder of the deep love they shared. Betty was just a few weeks shy of her 100th birthday when she passed, and she always attributed her long and happy life to her positive outlook. She said she inherited her optimism from her mother, and that's what helped her always find the good in every situation. This joyful spirit also extended to her hobbies. Betty loved playing poker with her friends and wasn't shy about enjoying a vodka cocktail. She knew how to have fun and make the most of life. But perhaps Betty's biggest passion was her love for animals. She often talked about her pets with so much love and believed in treating animals with kindness.